In the heart of Kyiv, where the air echoed with the haunting sound of air raid alerts, my life took an unexpected turn. The roots of my connection to this city were merely a set of keys to my grandmother's apartment. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, I found a sense of anticipation, a Vorfreude, that turned my days into a journey of self-discovery. As I strolled through the vibrant streets of Kyiv during those early days, my quest for distraction from a broken marriage led me to explore the city's nooks and crannies. Romantic dates came and went, but the local men failed to capture my interest. It was during this time that I stumbled upon a rooftop terrace, a place that would change the course of my summer. Interrupting my peaceful reading session was a group of boisterous individuals engaged in a lively party. Among them was a guy I had encountered in the elevator just moments before. An invitation to join their gathering hung in the air, tempting me to be part of this intriguing company. My initial assumption of them being sex tourists soon crumbled as their true purpose unfolded. They were volunteers who had come to Kyiv to stand against Russian aggression. The party, initially laden with misconceptions, turned into an eye-opening experience. As the night unfolded, I discovered the depth of their commitment and the sacrifices they were making for a cause they believed in. Intrigued and inspired, I left the party before midnight, leaving behind a book as a token of connection with one of the more literary-minded members of the group. In the following weeks, chance encounters with these volunteers became a regular occurrence. Polite exchanges in the lobby, nods in the gym, and shared elevator rides marked our fleeting connections. It was during one of these encounters that I was formally introduced to B, a young man in his early 30s who had recently moved into the same apartment complex. B stood out, not just for his youthful appearance, but also for his quiet charm, a shyness that caught my attention immediately. Our paths crossed again a few days later, this time near the laundry room. B was returning from the gym, and I was on my way to iron my bedsheets. His comment about bedsheets being a luxury for him struck me with surprise. "Why don't you have bedsheets?" I inquired, unable to conceal my curiosity. B smiled and replied, "I don't have time. I work a lot." The revelation of his 1.5 years in Kyiv and his consideration of making it his home after the war left me astounded. I shared my struggles of feeling like a foreigner despite speaking Ukrainian and having some knowledge of the culture. Our conversation took an unexpected turn when B revealed his connection to Germany, speaking German due to his mother's heritage. It was a revelation that added another layer to our growing connection. As the summer unfolded, my encounters with B became more intentional. Casual conversations evolved into deeper discussions about our lives, our fears, and our hopes for the future. The backdrop of war and the uncertainty that hung over the city intensified our connections. The rooftop terrace, once a place of chance encounters, transformed into our sanctuary, where we shared dreams and aspirations under the vast Kyiv sky. One evening, as we sat on the terrace, the distant sounds of explosions served as a harsh reminder of the reality surrounding us. The air raid alerts, once a mere part of the background noise, now held a weight that we couldn't ignore. "I never thought I'd find a home in a place like this," B confessed, his eyes reflecting a mix of weariness and determination. "Me neither," I replied, gazing at the city lights that flickered amidst the darkness. "But sometimes, amidst the chaos, we find unexpected connections and a sense of belonging." Our bond deepened as we navigated the challenges of daily life in a city at war. B's dedication to the cause and his unwavering spirit became a source of inspiration for me. Together, we found solace in shared laughter, quiet moments of reflection, and the understanding that the threads of our lives had woven together in this tumultuous city. As the seasons changed, so did our perspectives. The anticipation that once filled the air evolved into a sense of resilience. The war persisted, but so did our connection, growing stronger with each passing day. One chilly autumn evening, as we stood on the rooftop terrace watching the city below, B turned to me and said, "I never expected to find love in a place like this." His words hung in the air, a revelation that resonated with the unexpected turns life had taken for both of us. Love, a concept that seemed elusive amid conflict, had found its way into our hearts. As the canvas of my life continued to unfold in Kyiv, I found myself immersed in a whirlwind of exhilarating experiences. The vibrant city, despite the looming spectre of war, became my sanctuary, offering a plethora of artistic delights to savor. Drama theatres and music halls, resilient in the face of adversity, became my daily companions. Amidst the chaos, I discovered the freedom to indulge in my love for painting, allowing my artistic spirit to roam without constraints. Yet, amid this ultimate life of an art lover, there was one missing piece, an empty bed that yearned to be filled. One day, feeling creatively stuck, I invited B over to assist me with a project. I sought the fresh perspective of someone whose daily routine differed from my world of creative endeavors. As we delved into our personal lives, the layers of our stories unfolded. I shared the painful chapter of my divorce, emphasizing the profound impact of dishonesty and lies that led to my decision to leave. B, with bullet wound scars on his legs as a testament to his experiences in war, spoke passionately about virtues and the pursuit of an honest life. His decision to join the fight in Ukraine stemmed from a desire to utilize his experiences to assist others in their quest for truth. With unwavering faith in the goodness of people and a strong connection to his religious roots, B embodied virtues that both intrigued and, peculiarly, pained me. In an unexpected moment, as B gently touched my feet, claiming there was a spider, I felt an unusual comfort. Despite knowing it was a ruse, there was something about his touch that hinted at a deeper connection. The realization dawned that perhaps he could be the elusive missing piece in the puzzle of my life. Days later, a direct message conveyed my desire to be with him in bed. The response was affirmative. He wanted me to. The anticipation hung in the air, mingling with the scent of his skin that had a tantalizing effect on my senses. Our union, marked by desire and shared moments, became a respite from the harsh realities of the war-torn city. In the intimate space of our shared bed, conversation flowed effortlessly, touching upon a myriad of topics. Amidst the casual banter, B unveiled a shocking truth about one of his colleagues, a man I had seemingly met before. This individual, who projected high moral standards, was revealed to have a dark past of intimidating and threatening women. The revelation struck a dissonant chord, challenging preconceived notions and highlighting the complexity of human nature. Amidst the revelations, B posed abrupt questions about my own life, my marital status, my choice to spend the past 1.5 years in Kyiv, and the absence of bedsheets. His probing questions hinted at a curiosity about the reasons behind my unconventional choices. Responding with a smile, I deflected the inquiries, encouraging him to share his own story. "I was married before coming here, but things fell apart, so now I'm divorced, and no, I don't have a girlfriend," he confessed after a moment of contemplation. The revelation sparked surprise, challenging my initial assumptions about him as the eternal bachelor. While he seemed inclined to delve into the details of his divorce, I redirected the conversation toward lighter subjects. Delving into past heartbreaks felt unnecessary. I craved the simplicity of seeing him happy. Our connection deepened beyond the physical realm, transcending the confines of our shared bed. As Mitfreude, the enjoyment derived from observing someone else's fortune or luck became a subtle undercurrent in our interactions. I found joy in witnessing B's moments of happiness. His smiles, his laughter, they became a source of genuine delight for me. The war outside continued to cast its shadow over Kyiv, but within the confines of our shared space, we discovered a refuge. Our connection, evolving from chance encounters on a rooftop terrace, grew into a nuanced tapestry of shared experiences, desires, and mutual understanding. During the chaos, we found solace in each other's company. As the seasons changed, so did the dynamics of our relationship, The physical intimacy that initially drew us together paved the way for a deeper emotional connection. Our conversations became a dance of vulnerability and trust, weaving a narrative that went beyond the surface of our individual stories. One evening, as we stood on the rooftop terrace, gazing at the city lights, I couldn't help but marvel at the unexpected turns life had taken. In the face of war, in the heart of uncertainty, love had blossomed. Mitfreude, the enjoyment of each other's fortunes and joys, became a guiding force in our relationship. The simple pleasure of sharing a laugh, of finding comfort in each other's presence, became the foundation of our connection. As our lives continued to intertwine, I discovered a profound truth, that amidst the chaos of war, love and connection could thrive. The war outside may have been relentless, but within the walls of our shared space, we crafted a sanctuary of joy, understanding, and genuine affection. The echoes of explosions in the distance served as a reminder of the harsh reality surrounding us, but in those moments, our connection became a beacon of hope. Mitfreude, in its purest form, was not just about finding enjoyment in each other's fortunes. It was about navigating the storms together, finding joy in the simple moments, and savoring the warmth of a shared embrace amidst the cold winds of war. As time flowed like a swiftly moving river, I found myself navigating through the intricate details of B's life. The past, a realm shrouded in mystery, was a topic I consciously avoided discussing with him. I believed that if he wanted to share the chapters of his history, it should be his choice, his narrative to unfold. And so, one day, he opened up. Amid our conversations, B began painting a picture of his life, a tapestry woven with threads of family, food, and unexpected turns. His German mother, a presence that carried a perpetual air of disappointment, played a prominent role in his story. It was a relationship marked by complexities and unspoken tensions. And then, he spoke of his favorite comfort food, chicken and waffles, a curious pairing that held a special place in his heart. As the dialogue continued, B shared glimpses of his childhood, revealing that he had played the cello. A musical connection, nurtured by his mother's love for opera, painted a tender portrait of a bygone era. Yet, amid the melodies, he confessed to grappling with sleepless nights, haunted by the relentless grip of insomnia. The narrative took an unexpected turn as B unveiled a facet of his life that seemed incongruent with the image he presented. A farm in the US, adorned with 14 horses, became a picturesque backdrop to his past. And then, a revelation that halted my understanding. He was the owner of a successful business, a fact obscured by his demeanor that neither looked nor sounded like a typical businessman. "Business?" I interjected, unable to conceal my surprise. The pieces of the puzzle didn't quite fit. "When did this happen?" "I sold it 4 years ago," he replied, revealing a decision that allowed him to buy a house and retire at the tender age of 30. The revelation triggered a mental pause. During our connection, I had overlooked a crucial aspect of his identity. My curiosity couldn't be contained, and I probed about his educational background. "I studied English," he confessed. "Like English? I sought clarification. "Yes, English," he affirmed. The discrepancy struck me. If he had studied English, why did names like W.H. Auden or Herman Melville, stalwarts of literature, not resonate with him? It was a paradox that lingered, leaving me with questions about the authenticity of his narrative. Perhaps the shame of not attending college or university played a role in this apparent gap in knowledge. From that moment onward, doubt began to creep into the corners of my trust. B's stories, once absorbed with unquestioning acceptance, now faced scrutiny. My intuition, an insistent whisper, suggested that something was amiss. Struggling to reconcile my desire to trust him with the growing suspicion, I found myself caught in a tussle between belief and doubt. Attempting to calm the storm within me, I rationalized that my skepticism might be an unwarranted projection of past traumas onto the canvas of the present. Yet, the nagging feeling persisted, casting a shadow over the authenticity of the tales I had come to embrace. In a moment of misguided curiosity, I decided to embark on a quest to verify his divorce story. It was an ill-fated journey fueled by doubt and suspicion. Using his phone number, I navigated the digital landscape to find his ex-wife on Instagram. The path was surprisingly straightforward, leading me to his home address back in the States and, subsequently, to the name of the woman in question. What I discovered, however, unveiled a different truth. There have been no incriminating pictures of them together since January 2022. The wedding ring, a symbol of commitment, had vanished from her finger around the same time. There were no traces of him in her digital realm. In that moment, embarrassment engulfed me. I had nearly accused an innocent person based on unfounded doubts, fueled by my own past experiences. I should remember that, I chanted like a mantra, recognizing the gravity of my mistake. It was a sobering realization that my actions mirrored the behavior of obsessive internet stalkers, individuals who, driven by mistrust, dedicate an exorbitant amount of time to monitoring the lives of others. The shadows of my past had momentarily clouded my judgment, and I vowed to tread more cautiously in the delicate dance between belief and skepticism. As the pages of our shared life story turned, a revelation unfolded, like a sudden storm on a tranquil day. She, the mysterious figure existing in the periphery of our connection, lived on a farm adorned with the majestic presence of 14 horses. The house that B had fondly referred to as his home was, in reality, a shared space with her. The wedding pictures, frozen moments of a past commitment, still lingered on her digital canvas. The shockwave of this discovery rippled through my core, demanding an explanation from B. The narrative, once clear and uncomplicated, now stood at the crossroads of revelation and uncertainty. In the quiet space of confrontation, I sought answers that would either unravel the complexities or deepen the shadows. "Explain this to me," I demanded, my voice tinged with a mix of anger and confusion. B, confronted with the stark reality, explained that my understanding had been clouded because I hadn't allowed him the chance to fully articulate the intricacies of his divorce. They were, as per his words, still entangled in the process of divorcing, a situation compounded by complex circumstances. But I remember clearly. "You didn't say that you were divorcing, you said you were a divorced man. Does she even know you're divorcing her, or does she spend her evenings in the US alone, praying for you and waiting for you to come back home?" I pressed on, my anger refusing to be tempered by the nuances of his explanation. "You didn't listen to me, or didn't hear it correctly. If you want, I can tell you the whole story from the very beginning. The whole story, or nothing. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but if it makes you feel better, I would do it for you. It hurts so much even to think about it, let alone speak about it," he responded, a trace of pain evident in his words. Yet, my desire for the truth transcended his offer to lay bare the intricacies of his past. What I needed was proof, a tangible reassurance that he wasn't a purveyor of falsehoods. The echoes of my past, marred by deception and lies, fueled a skepticism that demanded concreter evidence. "You sound like a typical married man who cheats on his wife. I don't want to hear the whole story. Why do you try to shift my focus from her feelings to your feelings? What's the point of you telling me about your pain? I don't want to know why you two are divorcing. I just need to know that you're not a liar. That's all I need to know. Do you have anything that could serve as proof of your words? Papers, documents," I demanded, my frustration spilling over. "It was her idea to divorce. Are you happy now? And yes, I do have all the documents. You'll have them when we see each other next time. You'll get both the papers and the whole Fatune story," he retorted, a mix of frustration and vulnerability coloring his words. But happiness eluded me in that moment. The unease lingered, a persistent cloud casting doubt on the sincerity of his words. Accusations of guilt, veiled in his attempt to shift my focus, left me grappling with conflicting emotions. Okay, I need to see them. I do have trust issues after my divorce. My husband had been lying to me. However, I am not ready to label every person in my life as a liar. I want to keep my heart open, and I do want to trust you. I need to trust you, I admitted, my vulnerability exposed. We can work on that, he reassured me, a promise of understanding woven into his words. And I understand why you feel this way. I've been in your shoes more than once. As the narrative thread of our connection continued to weave through the changing seasons, the summer drew to a close. September, dry and hot, held onto the remnants of summer's warmth. During this transition, I made a conscious choice not to demand the promised papers. Instead, I chose to extend a fragile trust, a decision shaped by the belief that life, despite the shadows of the past, could be beautiful. It was only my experience that was weighing on me and poisoning my life. Life is beautiful. I should trust people, I whispered to myself, a mantra seeking to dispel the lingering doubts that threatened to taint the canvas of our shared story. The turning leaves of September carried with them the hope for a new chapter, a chapter where trust could bloom amidst the remnants of doubt. The winds of life had blown me back to the familiarity of my home, and as I stood on the threshold of comfort, I couldn't help but feel a sense of relief. Kyiv, with its theatres and concert halls, had lost its allure with the approaching chill of autumn. The curfew, casting a nightly shadow from midnight to 5 a.m., had become a source of discomfort, and the constant anticipation of B's return from work trips had turned into an exhausting routine. The worry for his safety during each absence took a toll on my energy, and so I decided to pack a suitcase and bid Kyiv farewell, at least temporarily. I will be back in 2, maybe 3 weeks, I assured B, the promise of a return hanging in the air. Back in the familiar embrace of home, the 5 months in Kyiv felt like a distant fever dream. The memories played like a surreal symphony in my mind. Sirens, explosions, an orchestra echoing through the night, intertwined with intimate moments with B. The vivid images danced on the canvas of my mind, his naked body, my cries of ecstasy, the thud of a falling book, and the ever-present backdrop of sirens and explosions, like a haunting refrain. As I settled into the comfort of home, I shared my surroundings with B through messages. "It's starting to feel like I will never see you again," I confessed, attaching a picture of the serene sunset over the lake. His response held a promise. "You'll see me again sooner than you think. Maybe I'll just fly over to you." Yet, amid the exchanged words of longing and promises, the digital realm unveiled a different reality. In a moment of curiosity or perhaps insecurity, I found myself on her Instagram page once more. A photo of them posted just 2 hours ago unfolded before my eyes. The backdrop, suggestive of Croatia, hinted at a recent vacation. B, frozen in the captured moment, looked identical to the last time I saw him. The caption boldly declared, "Family first." Doubt and questions lingered in the air, and I wasted no time in confronting B with the newfound information. A family vacation with an ex-wife? Is it a special military operation or a new training cycle? I questioned, the tone laced with a mix of sarcasm and frustration. The exchange that followed revealed a clash of truths and emotions. "She calls you family, and you say it was her idea to divorce you. Where's the truth? Will you keep lying to me, or will you tell me the truth?" I pressed on, seeking clarity in conflicting narratives. "I told you the truth, and you didn't listen when I wanted to elaborate. I am tired of you playing with me. Besides, it's an old photo and you know it. And I said that it was complicated. I don't want to think about it, especially now before going on another operation. When I think about it, I pray to God that I'll be shot dead," he retorted, frustration evident in his words. The attempt to shift blame and invoke guilt resonated in his response, emphasizing that the photo was old taken months ago. He even offered to provide a current picture of his beard as proof, a futile attempt to dispel the doubts. Little did he realize that my perception of him was etched in the corridors of memory, every line, every contour of his face and body imprinted in my mind's eye. His attempts to offer proof were unnecessary. My visual memory held a vivid portrayal of him that didn't rely on recent photographs. Nobody goes on vacation with a partner they're divorcing. Nobody keeps wedding pictures with a partner they're divorcing. "You have lied to me all this time," I asserted, highlighting the glaring inconsistencies. "Of course you would think that," he responded, his defense veering towards dismissiveness. "What else should I think? This only explains everything. Besides, you never brought me the papers I asked for," I pointed out, emphasizing the absence of tangible evidence. "I didn't bring them because you never asked again," he retorted, attempting to deflect the responsibility. "Send them over to me now," I demanded, my determination to seek truth unwavering. "I won't send them here. This platform is not secure. I'll give them to you face to face when you're back in Kyiv," he replied after a while, a promise of evidence awaiting my return. In the unfolding drama of our connection, the holiday picture on her page transformed. It vanished within the hour, and in the subsequent 2 hours, her account turned private. By morning, it had disappeared altogether, a silent acknowledgement that he had engaged in a conversation with her, altering the digital landscape in the wake of our confrontation. As I delved deeper into the labyrinth of truth and deception, the burden of shame lifted from my shoulders. Hours were spent scouring the virtual corridors for fragments of his past, trying to unravel the enigma that was B. However, my quest for clarity only revealed a tapestry woven with uncertainties. There were no signs of the lucrative business he claimed to have sold in the past. Instead, a different narrative emerged. B had worked as a sales manager in his father's company for a brief period. The houses he owned, the first a gift after his marriage in 2017 and the second acquired after his father's passing in 2018, hinted at a substantial inheritance of millions in company shares. His career and educational background remained shrouded in mystery, with no alma mater or college friends to trace his journey. The online breadcrumbs led to another revelation, a message sent to C, the woman entwined in this complex narrative. My curiosity propelled me to reach out to her, seeking an explanation for the seemingly incongruent pieces of this puzzle. The truth unfolded like a poignant tale. They were not amidst divorce proceedings. Instead, they were expecting their first child. Infidelity had stained their history before, but it had been easier for her to uncover when they lived together. The loss of B's father 5 years ago had left a lingering grief that, according to her, influenced his actions. She forgave him each time as the affairs were mostly emotional, supported by photos, videos, and conversations that danced on the edge of intimacy. Not that those relationships were platonic, it's just that they hadn't had sex, she shared, unraveling the layers of her forgiveness. The revelation struck me with a mixture of shock and disbelief. The woman with a radiant smile and cascading ginger hair had offered him multiple chances despite the emotional betrayals. As she continued her account, asking if we had slept together, the raw truth was laid bare. The unfolding conversation with C became a disorienting dance of emotions. B had urgently called her after she posted a picture on Instagram pleading for its removal. "No, it would be better if you made the account private or even deleted it. You are endangering my safety," were his words to hear. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I couldn't resist sharing the revelations with B, presenting a screenshot of our conversation with C. His response was swift, and the accusatory tone sliced through the digital space. "Why did you just ruin my life? Why? I wasn't ruining yours. I hope you're happy now." In an instant, the roles had reversed. I, who sought the truth, had become the monster, and he, now the victim, bore the weight of consequences. I responded calmly, attempting to explain the motivations behind my actions. "I wasn't doing anything. I was just verifying your words. Since you insisted it was her idea to divorce you, and you had papers to prove your words, I decided it wouldn't hurt anyone if I asked her to send me the papers. You know, I needed a reason to come back to Kyiv, I replied, my words laced with a mix of frustration and determination. His retort, laden with anguish, echoed through the digital space. Why did you just ruin my life? I didn't ruin your life, I just believed that you're a good man, a man of virtue. Where will virtue make its nest now? I countered, drawing upon an allusion to crime and punishment. He had once shared his appreciation for the novel, but at this moment, the sincerity of that claim seemed questionable. The conversation took an unexpected turn as he unleashed a torrent of accusations, questioning my understanding of real love and labeling me as fragile. His words cut through the screen, challenging my pursuits and casting doubt on my authenticity. You ruined my life because you wanted to prove yourself right. It was all your vanity. You've never cared about me. Now because of you, I'll never see my child. I guess I can now forget about my life in the US and my family. I won't return there. I will stay here until I die. I hope I die soon. I am a dead man now, and all of that because of you. The weight of his words hung in the digital air, an overwhelming torrent of despair and blamé. In the midst of this tumultuous exchange, he invoked Gabriel Garcia Marquez, referencing a story he had once recommended to me. The reference to Marquez, the vendor of miracles, added a layer of complexity to the unraveling drama. Where should I bring my roses then? Which roses? Marquez, the vendor of miracles, the story I once recommended to you. The echoes of Marquez, a literary figure whose works painted worlds of magic realism, are now intertwined with the threads of our reality. The story he had recommended, once a bridge between us, now stood as a poignant reminder of the fractures in our connection. The digital space became a stage for the clash of emotions, where literary allusions and personal anguish collided, creating a narrative that transcended the boundaries of fiction and reality. As days turned into weeks and then months, the realization settled in: I never saw him again. The vibrant mosaic of our shared moments had crumbled, leaving behind fragments of a story that defied resolution. His promises of papers and explanations, like mirages in the desert of deceit, vanished into thin air. In the absence of his presence, my mind painted speculative images of his life. Did he continue along the deceptive path, weaving intricate tales to justify his actions? Was he now a virtuoso in the art of deceit, navigating the complexities of victimhood with practiced ease? These questions lingered, suspended in the realm of uncertainty. Life, I presumed, unfolded for him much as before. The tapestry of lies and self-pity likely continued to be woven with meticulous care, each thread intertwining seamlessly with the next. He might have discovered fresh reasons to nurture resentment, perpetually aggrieved by the world and those closest to him. The role of the virtuous victim, a character he had portrayed with theatrical prowess, could have gained even more depth and complexity. In the recesses of my imagination, I pictured his wife, a steadfast companion in this web of deception. Did she, once again, extend the mantle of forgiveness, excusing his transgressions and finding solace in the fragile equilibrium of their relationship? The absence of a wedding ring, a symbol of their fractured commitment, might persist on her finger, bearing witness to the cyclical nature of their struggles. Perhaps in the chapters of his ongoing fables, his wife metamorphosed into a younger sister, burdened with the responsibility of raising their only child alone. In this alternate reality, he assumed the role of the benevolent brother, offering unwavering support to his sibling in her solitary journey. The narrative would twist and turn, bending to the whims of his storytelling, where truth and fiction danced in an intricate ballet. As I contemplated these hypothetical scenarios, my heart swelled with a peculiar emotion: pity for his virtues. The virtues he claimed to embody, wrapped in the cloak of moral righteousness, now stood as casualties of a war within himself. The battle between truth and lies, virtue and deceit, left a trail of casualties in its wake. The digital silence was deafening, a stark contrast to the symphony of words and emotions that once resonated through our exchanges. His absence became a void, a space where the echoes of his confessions and accusations lingered like ghosts of the past. The promise of a reunion, of papers and stories untold, evaporated like dew under the morning sun. In the end, the story stood suspended in a narrative purgatory, a tale without a conclusion. The curtain fell, and the characters retreated into the recesses of their separate worlds. The chapters of our entangled lives closed, leaving behind an unresolved saga of trust, betrayed, and illusions shattered. As I reflected on the journey, the words of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, the vendor of miracles, echoed in my mind. The reference to bringing roses to a virtuous warrior, a figure trapped in a perpetual cycle of punishment and resurrection, took on a poignant meaning. And every time I pass through here, I bring him an automobile load of roses, and my heart pains with pity for his virtues. But then I put my ear to the plaque to hear him weeping in the ruins of the crumbling trunk. And if by chance he has died again, I bring him back to life once more, for the beauty of the punishment is that he will keep living in his tomb, as long as I'm alive, that is, forever. In the intricate dance of our shared narrative, the parallels with Marquez's tale became evident. The virtuous warrior, ensnared in the web of his own creation, continued to live in the tomb of his deceit. The beauty of the punishment lay in its perpetual nature, a cycle that mirrored the complexities of human frailty and the enduring echoes of our shared experience. The digital realm, once a conduit for our connection, now stood as a silent witness to the aftermath. The story remained suspended, a tapestry of truths and lies, virtues and vices, woven into the fabric of our fleeting encounter. The human drama unfolded in pixels and texts, leaving behind a narrative that transcended the boundaries of fiction and reality, echoing the timeless themes of love, betrayal, and the complexities of the human soul. However, in the intricate tapestry of human relationships, certain individuals emerge as enigmatic figures, weaving webs of deception that often elude the unsuspecting. One such character is B, an expert in the art of manipulation and deceit. As we unravel the layers of B's character, the nuances of his duplicity come to light, revealing a man whose charming facade concealed a labyrinth of lies. This essay delves into the intriguing narrative of B, exploring the facets of his character that paint him as a charismatic deceiver, a master manipulator who left a trail of shattered trust and broken hearts in his wake. B's introduction onto the narrative stage is marked by a seemingly noble cause, his enlistment in the International Legion to fight against Russia. This selfless pursuit, however, gradually reveals itself as a convenient cover for his escapades, a shield against the scrutiny of those drawn into his orbit. The backdrop of war becomes a stage for his performances, a dramatic setting where he can manipulate perceptions and justify his actions to a captive audience. B's character further unfolds as he assumes the role of the shy, virtuous lover. Initial interactions with the protagonist hint at a man untouched by the complexities of deceit. Yet, beneath the veneer of innocence lies a carefully constructed persona. B's flirtations and advances, masked as genuine affections, serve as the first brushstrokes in the portrait of a skilled manipulator. As the narrative progresses, cracks in B's virtuous facade begin to surface. The revelation that he has not divorced his wife, but is in the process of divorcing, exposes the first layer of deception. The lies about his marital status echo through the corridors of their budding relationship, setting the stage for more intricate deceptions to unfold. B's ability to disarm with vulnerability adds a nuanced layer to his manipulative tactics. Opening up about their struggles with insomnia and his complicated relationship with his German mother, he strategically reveals vulnerabilities that endear him to the protagonist. However, these confessions are not sincere attempts at connection, but rather calculated moves to elicit sympathy and trust. The web of deception grows as B's claims of owning a successful business, selling it, and retiring at the age of 30 are exposed as fabrications. The absence of verifiable details about his education, career, and social connections reveals the intricacies of his constructed reality. The revelation that his first house was a gift and the second acquired through inheritance adds layers to the narrative of privilege and deceit. The narrative deepens with the revelation of B's ongoing relationship with his supposedly ex-wife. The carefully constructed narrative of divorce and a complicated separation crumbles under the weight of truth. His wife's message to the protagonist lays bare the extent of his infidelity and the patterns of emotional affairs, casting B as a man entrenched in a cycle of duplicity. In the aftermath of exposure, B resorted to playing the victimhood card. His vehement protests, attempts to shift blame, and declarations of a ruined life painted a self-portrait of a man unwilling to confront the consequences of his actions. The manipulation reached its zenith as he accused the protagonist of vanity and portrayed himself as a tragic figure, forever condemned to a life of suffering. The epilogue of B's character reveals that his life remains much the same. His refusal to confront the truth and his skilled portrayal of the victim likely continue to shield him from accountability. His wife, in all probability, continues to excuse his actions and offer forgiveness, leaving her wedding ring off forever. B persists in his infidelity, and the narrative of his life transforms into fables where his wife becomes a younger sister and he becomes a loving brother. In conclusion, B's character serves as a cautionary archetype, embodying the dangers of unchecked deceit and manipulation. The narrative unfolds as a mosaic of lessons, urging readers to navigate the complexities of human relationships with discernment, resilience, and a commitment to truth. Beyond the digital confines of the story, the echoes of these lessons reverberate, offering profound insights into the intricacies of trust, vulnerability, and the enduring consequences of deception. Furthermore, in the ebb and flow of life, encounters with individuals like B can leave indelible marks on one's psyche, forever altering the landscape of trust and mental well-being. This exploration delves into the profound effects B had on the narrator, unraveling the intricate threads of trust issues and the enduring scars on mental health. It also contemplates the potential for healing through the arrival of someone genuine, emphasizing the importance of staying vigilant against manipulative forces in the intricate dance of human connections. From the outset, B entered the narrator's life as a harbinger of change. His purported noble cause of joining the International Legion resonated with the protagonist's search for purpose and distraction following a painful breakup. Little did she know that this encounter would set the stage for a narrative that would shape her perception of trust and relationships for years to come. B's initial charm and apparent vulnerability became the canvas on which he painted a portrait of trustworthiness. The narrator, still nursing wounds from a broken marriage, sought solace in this new connection. B's stories of war, sacrifice, and personal struggles struck a chord, creating a bond that felt genuine. Yet beneath this facade lurked a master manipulator, weaving tales to ensnare the unsuspecting protagonist. As the layers of B's deceit unraveled, the impact on the narrator's trust issues was profound. The revelation that B was not divorced, but in the process of divorcing, shattered the fragile trust she had tentatively extended. The sense of betrayal echoed with the ghost of her past experiences, fueling a pervasive skepticism that would haunt her interactions long after B had vanished from her life. B's effect on the narrator's mental health was equally profound. His manipulation of vulnerability and calculated confessions wormed their way into the fabric of her emotions, leaving behind seeds of doubt and insecurity. The constant oscillation between moments of apparent sincerity and the eventual revelation of deception created a cognitive dissonance that eroded the narrator's sense of reality. The impact of B's deceit on the narrator's mental health manifested in a heightened state of hypervigilance. Every subsequent interaction, romantic or otherwise, became tinged with skepticism. The scars of B's manipulation created a lens through which she viewed the world. A lens tainted by a fear of being deceived, a fear that penetrated the core of her being. Trust issues, once ignited, are not easily extinguished. B's departure marked the beginning of a relentless battle within the narrator's mind. The fear of being lied to, of vulnerability being exploited, became persistent companions, casting shadows over potential connections. Even the prospect of genuine affection was met with a guarded heart, scarred by the wounds of deceit. The struggle to overcome the trauma inflicted by B was exacerbated by his parting words, a venomous cocktail of blame, victimhood, and self-loathing. The manipulative tactics that served him in deceiving the narrator found a final crescendo in his attempts to shift responsibility. The mental health of the narrator, already hanging by a fragile thread, teetered on the brink of despair. Healing from the wounds inflicted by B seemed an insurmountable task, a journey through a dark labyrinth of broken trust and fractured emotions. Yet, against this backdrop of despair, a flicker of hope remained. Enter a new character, someone genuine and trustworthy, who challenges the narrator's preconceived notions. This newfound presence became a beacon of light in the narrator's tumultuous sea of emotions. Genuine gestures of kindness, consistent honesty, and a steadfast commitment to proving trustworthiness began to mend the shattered pieces of the narrator's mental health. Slowly but surely, the scars left by B began to fade, replaced by the gentle touch of authenticity. The arrival of this genuine character was not merely a salve for the wounds inflicted by B, but a revelation, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It underscored the importance of staying vigilant against manipulative forces while remaining open to the possibility of authentic connections. Through this transformative encounter, the narrator learned that not every person carries the shadowy agenda of a manipulator. The aftermath of B's departure left me with scars, a tapestry of mistrust and apprehension that colored my perception of relationships. The very thought of vulnerability sent shivers down my spine, echoing with the haunting whispers of past betrayals. Yet, within this labyrinth of emotional wreckage, a glimmer of hope persisted. I held on to the belief that genuine connection was not an elusive dream, but a possibility waiting to be rediscovered. Years passed, each day bringing a gradual restoration of my faith in humanity. The wounds, though no longer fresh, had not entirely vanished. They lingered, a reminder of the battles fought and the resilience gained. It was during this period of healing that life, in its unpredictable rhythm, introduced someone new, a presence that would reshape the narrative of my heart. His name was Alex, and from the moment our paths crossed, the universe seemed to conspire to bring us together. The initial exchanges were tentative, marked by the cautious dance of two souls with histories etched in the complexities of the human experience. Yet, amidst the echoes of past heartaches, Alex's sincerity and genuine warmth emerged as a balm for the lingering wounds. The unfolding of our connection was a slow dance, a delicate waltz between two individuals navigating the vulnerabilities of their respective pasts. Alex, much like me, carried the weight of his history, a tapestry woven with threads of resilience and lessons learned. Our shared understanding of the fragility of trust became the foundation upon which our connection flourished. The beauty of Alex lay not only in his words, but in his consistent actions. He demonstrated an unwavering commitment to transparency and authenticity, dispelling the shadows of doubt that had become an unwelcome companion in my emotional landscape. Each moment spent together became a testament to the healing power of genuine connection. As our bond deepened, so did my realization that Alex was not merely a chapter in my story, but a beacon of hope and renewal. His presence provided a stark contrast to the manipulation and deceit orchestrated by B. Unlike the haunting echoes of false promises, Alex's actions aligned seamlessly with his words, creating a sense of harmony that resonated deep within. The journey of rediscovering trust was not without its challenges. There were moments when the scars of the past threatened to overshadow the present, casting shadows of doubt on the authenticity of our connection. However, Alex's unwavering patience and understanding became the compass guiding us through the maze of insecurities and fears. In the gentle cadence of our shared experiences, I found the courage to peel away the layers of mistrust that had shielded my heart for so long. Alex, with his genuine affection and steadfast commitment, became the architect of a new narrative, one that spoke of resilience, growth, and the transformative power of love. Through Alex's eyes, I witnessed the world with renewed wonder. He became my confidant, the keeper of my vulnerabilities, and a steadfast companion in the intricate dance of life. His love, unlike the fleeting illusions of the past, was a source of strength, a reminder that genuine connection transcends the wounds inflicted by manipulators. The scars, once perceived as badges of betrayal, transformed into symbols of resilience and triumph. In Alex's embrace, I discovered the profound truth that healing is not merely the absence of pain, but the emergence of a newfound strength, forged in the crucible of past struggles. Our love story became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the boundless capacity of the heart to mend and love again. As the seasons changed, so did the contours of my heart. The fear of vulnerability, once an imposing shadow, began to wane in the warm glow of Alex's love. With each passing day, I embraced the beauty of authenticity, allowing myself to trust in the possibility of a love that was genuine and enduring. The love that blossomed between us became a canvas on which the scars of the past were painted over with strokes of tenderness and understanding. In Alex's gaze, I found a reflection of my worth and a reassurance that, despite the trials of the past, I deserved a love that was pure and unblemished. Our shared journey was not without its challenges, but within the crucible of those challenges, our connection grew stronger. Alex's steadfast commitment to transparency and honesty became the bedrock upon which the foundation of trust was rebuilt. Together, we dismantled the walls of apprehension, allowing the light of authenticity to flood our shared space. In the warmth of Alex's love, I found solace. The wounds inflicted by B, once gaping and raw, gradually closed, leaving behind scars that whispered tales of resilience and redemption. The lessons learned from the tumultuous chapter with B became the compass guiding our shared path, a reminder to cherish the authenticity of our connection and to remain vigilant against the subtle whispers of deceit. As I reflect on the transformative journey from the shadows of betrayal to the embrace of genuine love, I am reminded that healing is not a linear path but a nuanced dance between vulnerability and strength. Alex, with his unwavering love and commitment, became the catalyst for this healing, proving that amidst the ruins of the past, a garden of love could bloom once more. In conclusion, the story of rediscovering trust through the lens of a newfound connection with Alex is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It reflects the profound truth that, even after enduring the manipulations of deceitful individuals like B, the heart possesses an innate ability to heal and love again. The scars of the past, once symbols of pain, become markers of strength and growth, paving the way for a love that is authentic, enduring, and transformative. Through Alex's love, the narrator not only finds redemption, but also discovers the enduring beauty of a heart that can mend and love unconditionally.